You're welcome to my father taught me series Interludes. These interludes are made up of 20 series, that is, series 1 to 20. They are bridge gaps between my father taught me series volume 1 and volume 2. While volume 1, MFTMS series, dealt on spiritual foundational issues discussed in basic details of life's origin, present, and the future. Whereas my father taught me series Interludes 1 to 20 compares foundational issues of spiritual values in my father taught me series volume 1 with current reality events in the world of science as conforming with the Holy Scriptures in truth and in spirit. The correlation of spiritual prophecies in the past also and in the present and in the future were dealt with, thereby exposing all realities cutting across science, religion, and spirituality. In other words, reconciliation with our Maker, the Most High, through the righteousness of Christ. Have a great revival in spirit, body, and soul. So let's get started with my father taught me series Interludes 1, which we also call series 1, titled A Doomed Society. This is quite a subject matter, a doomed society. Let me refer to a letter written by Ayn Rand in 1957 and to corroborate it with our circumstances of the present generation as also espoused by the scripture. Ayn Rand, a Russian-American writer and philosopher, wrote the above letter some years ago in 1957, to be precise. In this rather amazing piece, she was describing a society that somehow resembles our particular circumstances today. I quote Ayn Rand, "When you see, in order to produce, you need to obtain permission from men who produce nothing, note that society is doomed. When you see that money is flowing to those who deal not in goods but in favors, that society is doomed. When you see that men get richer by graft and by pull than by work, and your laws don't protect you against them, but protect them against you, that society is doomed. When you see corruption being rewarded and honesty becoming a self-sacrifice, that society is doomed. In fact, those are clear indicators of a doomed society." Ayn Rand, written 1957. Dear brethren, the above analogy has always existed in time. How come No generation has been able to break it for a sinner society. This is a reflection of the sinful lusts of flesh, inexcusable in knowledge nor wisdom, neither in science nor religion. My Father Taught Me series, MFTMS Volume 1, had referred to the functions of the 7 human external receptacles and foundational spiritual anatomy on how our body works in line with the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 21. And the eye cannot say unto the hand, I have no need of thee, nor again the head to the feet, I have no need of you. This leads us to an example. The function of the physical eyes is to see everything seeable, which includes the good, the bad, the beautiful, and the ugly, and there it ends. Next, the brain analyzes all sights in conjunction with the 6 other receptacles named in MFTMS Volume 1 and seek approval from one of the 2 resident spirits in us, the good spirit or the bad spirit. The whole body called human must bow by choice either to the bad spirit or to the good spirit with the law and judgment of the Most High, individually and collectively. This is given to play out in time. The result is what we have today. The single human controversy, in my informed opinion, is the dogmatism of doctrines, philosophy, ideas, and beliefs, knowing quite well that all shall pass away over a question of time, and generations will come and go, and what is called history, true or false, are written for the records. This, being functions of time, depends on the accuracy of the records and whose interest was or is at stake. Hence, getting the truth is always a Herculean task. Depending on the purpose of the truth being sought for, and hardly ever as the only correct answers to contemporary challenges or issues, because the brought forward truth depends on the source that is parading the truth as truth. Therefore, whenever we read any book or anything, let us keep in mind that we should search for unbiased, honest truth, whether it's favorable to us or not. We should sift out the truth from a neutral perspective, and we'll be able to find something consistent with the truth, rather than throw sentimentally everything into the trash bin. For whatever is unfavorable or opposed to your held understanding. This, more often than not, amounts to throwing the baby out with the bathwater, thereby making an avoidable error, in which something good is eliminated when trying to get rid of something bad, or in other words, rejecting the favorable along with the unfavorable. That is the story of the rejection of the entire Holy Bible. Holy. I have met with lots of people from various backgrounds because of just one line or one sentence that does not go well with them. They just maybe from the scripture, from the Holy Bible, they just throw everything away and say everything there is not right. Yeah, so in the light of the above, let's go to the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 12 to 13. That's concerning books being written. And further, by this, my son, be admonished, of making many books there is no end, and much study is a weariness of the flesh. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High, in whichever books you are writing or you are reading, and keep His commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. It is wise to read some books that come your way with understanding and the caution of motives, using the yardstick of Christ to evaluate as summarized in the book of Matthew chapter 10, verse 16, which states, in whatever conception, whatever philosophy, whatever ideas or belief that you hold on to, as long as you keep the commandment of the Most High, which we are being helped to be able to keep once we follow these directives in the book of Matthew chapter 10, verse 16, which says, Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. The universe is made up of two things simply defined as good or bad, depending on perspectives. If there is no word death, there shall be no basis for the word living. We can only measure something against a given standard, like good against evil. A man is said to be tall as a measure against average height of the people within the community. Everything is a comparative measure of other specifics in judgment. Let's go to the book of Romans chapter 5, verse 18. Therefore, as by the offense of one judgment came upon all men to condemnation, even so by the righteousness of one the free gift came upon all men unto justification of life. For as by one man's disobedience many were made sinners, so by the obedience of one shall many be made righteous. Therefore, if we consider the book of Matthew we've just read to be wise as serpents and harmless as doves, it seems to me as the only source of an only answer to human solution and the ability to keep the commandments of the Most High. The role of human beings are to sift out the good from the bad and apply it for the common good of humanity. That is what Christ stood for. Whether there are other written books discrediting the existence of Christ, even as recorded in the Holy Bible, is not the issue. But why not consider what He, Christ, stood for? Going to John chapter 10, verse 38. But if I do, though ye believe not me, believe the works, that ye may know and believe that the Father is in me, and I in him. With the above explanations and the concept of throwing away only the bath water and keeping the baby, we shall stop at this first series to be continued. So remain blessed. My name is Steve Emmanuel Mojugbe, messenger, author, Nigerian, mftmseries.com. Copyrights reserved. Books published by Amazon Worldwide. Thank you.